Hey everyone, I am here in Kitchener today, and I'm going to be speaking to Ara Poladian, who's a friend of mine, about his 12 Flex project that he's working on. So we're currently inside the building right now. We're going to walk through, we're going to talk about a lot of the work that he's done in the building. And so make sure if you do like this to like it, like the video, subscribe to our channel, and then also if you can share it with a friend. If you guys are interested in investing and learning more, there's going to be more content like this. I'm here with Ara. We recently talked about this project on the podcast that we did together, but we're here in person. Wanted to kind of walk through, and maybe you can give us like just an overall picture of what's happening here and what we're seeing in front of us.
Yeah, so we're here today at our 12 Flex project. Um Basically it's two stages of the project. This side we're basically finishing up rough-ins, gonna get start drywalling soon, where the other side is basically wrapped up. We did this because the side we're sitting on actually, it was sinking. And it was sinking from like basically the interior load-bearing walls.
Yeah.
So what we did is we jacked the building up. Well, first we temporarily shored everything. I think we talked about this on the podcast too. So we did all the fixes on this side
Yeah.
while we were going kind of gung ho on that side.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the whole idea. And instead of having, 11 units, 12 units ready in one shot, we thought this might be better to split it up. We're going to have 5 ready there, 6 ready here.
Yeah.
I know the math only adds to 11. It's because there's still a tenant in the building. That's even good old Ontario. I don't know what to couple with, but
Yeah.
so we'll figure that out. But yeah, 11 out of the 12 are going to be wrapped up by the spring, 5 in the next month,
Yeah.
and then the rest in the spring.
So you had major structural work on this side. Other side you did structural as well because you took out some load bearing walls. But it's
We call that minor
yeah,
because we do so many.
yeah. So on this side it was like shoring up the foundation, making sure that it's not settling anymore.
Yeah.
So we'll go through all that, but maybe you can just walk us through and give us
Yeah. Okay, so big big key here was we wanted to eliminate we wanted to maximize space. So what we did in this property is we split all the water meters. To do that, the hydro meters were already split, but we actually contacted the city of Kitchener and we got 12 water meters as well.
yeah.
So doing that, we just put because the units are so big, we put in-suite laundry in all the units. And we feel comfortable with that because they pay for their own water.
So the laundry units are going running gravity. And so it's going to be sectioned off, like closed off, or it's going to be open.
It's gonna be matching the cabinetry, and it's just gonna look like a pantry, like a bigger pantry.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be the laundry closet. Cool. So we got that, and then we got the full kitchen right here. So like dishwasher, sink, stove, and fridge. And yeah, it's like this. It's gonna be this beautiful like two-tone. It's gonna look super nice. And then we got the vanity lights right here, the island lights right here, and the island's gonna go like right here.
Yeah.
Perfect. So this is just a huge kitchen, living, dining space, all kind of open combined. And then the reason why we did that is because we took out all the load bearing walls and we put this flush steel beam.
Right.
So you have two options with the steel beam. You could drop it or you can make it flush.
Yeah.
Obviously making it flush it's a bit more work, but it removes the bulkhead completely.
Yeah.
But what it entails is like cutting out all the floor joists, putting these floor joist ties.
Yeah.
And then it's a lot more labor.
So what would you say was the approximate cost to take out the wall and put this beam out?
That it's hard to say because like we have our own labor. But for a person who's looking for a contractor for one load bearing wall, I'd probably budget between 3 to 5 thousand.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Done deal.
The heat pump unit is going in right here, and then really like close it off like a little closet.
Yeah.
And then we got a bathroom fully roughed in here.
So again, just to in case somebody doesn't know what a heat pump is, like this is going to heat and cool the entire unit, and then you have vents going into every bedroom and every room, right?
Yeah. So heat pumps don't have to necessarily be like that. You have like ductless heat pumps.
Yeah.
But to do the MLS Select, we went with this option. Because there's different ratings that when you do your energy audit, like you need to like meet, and this particular unit doesn't need a backup heat source. So if you had like baseboard heaters, then you were planning on ripping them out, you could probably go with not as intense of a unit, and keep your baseboard heaters for your backup. We've done that in another project, but here because we had radiators, the radiators were pretty old and they were just gonna be an eyesore.
Yeah.
We said we'll just rip everything out at the same time, rip out the water line going into the radiators, rip out the gas lines, everything, and just have this one unit. It's not like the tenants' hydro bill is gonna go through the roof.
Right.
They're brand new and really efficient.
That's the thing about baseboard heaters. Like that drives up. If you have an older building with old baseboard heaters, that really drives up the hydro.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and then in here, you got a bathroom fully roofed in. Bathtub is gonna go right here. Toilet and vanity, and yeah, that's basically it here. I will like if anyone takes a project like this, getting to the finishing stages, like just drywalling, is intense. There's a lot of hoops you got to run through, a lot of back and forth with the city. Like fireproofing will make or break you. Um, we got to a point where we had to actually take down ductwork in a couple units to properly do fireproofing stuff. That wasn't outlined properly. Maybe we misunderstood it, but I got a different opinion on that. But regardless, whatever the city says goes. So we took down heat pump, HVAC stuff, did all the fireproofing properly, got everything inspected. Like the amount of inspections you need, like you need plumbing inspection. If you're gonna do underground work, which we had a lot of, you need to do all that first before you put your concrete.
Yeah.
Above ground rough-in work. So all this needs to be tested by the city. HVAC needs to be tested by the city prior to drywalling. Electrical needs to be inspected by ESA, so not with the city, but yeah, you got to get that done with ESA. So all that stuff, it'll be frustrating. It'll feel like it's going slow, but it's all required for when you start drywalling. Everything just goes
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. Well, exactly like you said. When the drywall's up, then the finishes don't take that work, right?
yeah. So like a unit like this, the city won't come back to the ETS to give us occupants.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how many times they come before drywall.
Yeah.
And then after drywall, they literally come one time.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's nothing major really after drywall. It's just cosmetic.
Yeah, exactly. And then this is actually a nice unit. This is a 3-bed. So the reason why we like this building so much, it's 12-unit building. 8 units are 2 beds, 4 units are 3 beds.
Yeah.
So the unit mix is it's really, really, really nice. We found a lot more families that can't afford a house will want a 3-bedroom apartment. And when you have a unit like this, it really does feel like a main floor of a bungalow.
Yeah. It feels like you're in a condo. Like
Exactly.
you're in an.
And that's why we're kind of going high end.
Yeah.
And our lot, we need to take some videos out there, is so big that we're actually giving all the 3-bed units 2 parking spots, which is huge. I've found a lot of 2-bedroom units. When you're renting them out, they're asking for 2 spots. So we say, okay, for a 3-bed, it's a must. So then a family with like 2 kids can rent this, no problem. Each parent has a car. This was like a perfect project for us to kind of do everything. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna wait till we progress a little bit more when these 5 units are fully ready, and those ones are drywalls, unit complete drywall.
Yeah.
Mudding and taping's almost done, because then the really dirty work is done. We're ripping out everything you see here, and we're
Peel and stick.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And we're actually installing a commercial grade black carpet.
Okay.
And then that's gonna lead into the units. And then we're refinishing all the doors to like a black look as well. So it's going to look really nice.
So we talked about this unit. So this is a 2-bedroom.
This one is a 2-bedroom. Yes, 2-bedroom. Yeah. Yeah. So we're on the main floor. Main floor has 2 units that are 2 beds, 2 units that are 3 beds. Upstairs, the same thing. And then downstairs, they're all 2 beds. So there's no 3 bedrooms downstairs.
Cool.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the finished look.
What past 2 balconies? Every unit has balcony.
Every unit has a balcony except for a base.
Okay. So these we're gonna talk about the outside a little bit later, but you're sprucing up the balconies, right? You're changing, I guess, the railings.
Yeah, we're changing the railings. We did a lot of work outside, but the final thing, with the reason why we kept the balconies is because sometimes you got to bring the drywall in from the patio door. So we just left these garbage balconies in case we got cut them.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna reparch the balcony surface, like where you walk on, and then that little like 8 inches that you see when you're on the sidewalk, and then paint it like a nice gray. So but that will be all done, and the railings are gonna be like black with like glass railings. So it's gonna get
Like a really high end.
yeah. So we went full out because the area we're in Dolmont Village in Kitchener. It's an A-class area. We wanted to develop there's like high rises everywhere here, so we want to be matching the vibe of the area.
Cool.
So yeah, this is compared to upstairs, very similar layout. Washer and dryer's going there. Next week, all these kitchens are being installed. islands going right here in the middle. You can see you've got the electrical for the islands powered up. We went with the glue down flooring. This is actually, I think a lot of your viewers will find this interesting. We went with the glue down flooring, so it's more prep. Labor is very similar, but maintenance is a million times easier. So if somebody damages this plank right here, yeah, you just basically heat it up, take it off, put a new plank. Exactly. So with click, if you damage something in the middle, there's ways around it. Yeah, you probably have to take out the whole row. I got all of those, or you could take out just that one and then just glue. Yeah, like, but it doesn't really work that well usually. It doesn't, because now you're fixing one plank that's surrounded by all floating. Yeah, right. Usually these buildings are wood, so everything's kind of shifting with the seasons. So it's not going to be perfectly flat. Usually it's out there like that. So this removes any air bubbles. It makes it so much better. And yeah, that's why we went with it. Typically, if we're just doing like one unit, we just go ahead and click. But we're doing 12 units. So we're ordering 10,000 square feet flooring. Yeah, we just do this. Cool. Yeah. So that's basically it. So pot lights everywhere. Pot lights everywhere. And then we go with these like 7.25 baseboards. It's called West End design. We do the matching 3.5-inch casings with the same design. Yeah. We use Sherwin's alabaster paint. Standard. We use it for basically all units. And it's like our Nova white on the ceilings. Yeah. And then white for the trim. We're gonna paint the doors white as well. Sometimes, when we're just doing one unit, we'll try to something funky like black doors or whatever, but for something like this, so keep it simple. Everything's uniform, right? Just keep it all uniform. Do you know the supplier that is it just Home Depot for the doors, or know, we go directly to just a trim and door supplier. And are you getting it done like on frame, or I forget the exact term, or are they just kind of building everything from scratch? No, they pre-hang these. Oh yeah, it's like cream on us. That's the idea. But that's the good thing with working with they're basically a distributor, but also an installer. Okay. So that's why it's good that they do their own takeoffs. If you use them for everything, they do their takeoffs. They great. Everything is gonna be done properly because they're also installing. Right. So is that the foreign supplier the same as the? No, these guys just do trip, okay, doors. Okay. Yeah. Cool. So yeah, they're at Cambridge. Really, really I'll give them a shout out. Cambridge Concert on Cambridge. Cutler, phenomenal. Oh, was it Cambridge Condo Crowded Trip? So they do like crowd trip. Yeah. Your viewers can see where the heat pump's gonna go. So we're enclosing in this. It's very condo style. Yeah. So this is gonna be it's gonna look like a mini furnace, and there's gonna be a door in here. So it's gonna be hidden. What kind of maintenance will there be with these heat pumps? Similar to a furnace, where there's gonna be a filter. Yeah. There's different types of filters. They're typically reusable. So we probably wouldn't allow the tenants to clean it. So we have our quarterly checks and take out the furnace filter. You usually wash it and then reuse it. That they do make ones that are just replaceable. Right. So yeah, that's their, we're just doing all the okay right now, caulking, fire paint, painting all the doors. And within a couple of weeks, this thing should be ready. Yeah, is there really nice size rooms? You got big walls here. Yeah, we like to do these French doors. It just adds a little bit of a limited quality look compared to bifolds. Yeah. No, these were all existing units. You didn't add any of these ones that we've seen so far. No. The nice thing about having 3 bedrooms and 2-bedroom units is you're not going to have that turnover every year. It's like, wait, with 1 bedrooms and bathrooms, you have a lot more turnover. Yep. And it makes sense. But with these, you have that consistency. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and market right here, we're running your numbers about 2,200 for a 2-bed, 2,400 for a 3-bed. Even because all the utilities are going to be included, we have to drop that a little bit to like 21. So utilities are paid by the town. So yes, the utilities are full day. It's plus utility. Yes. So obviously, the 20 to 24 might seem too expensive for that. So even if we got to roll at 21 and 23, yeah. The fact that we have no utilities, we have one utility bill, and that's a common area like US. Did you re-insulate these walls? I think you tore everything out. If you're right, that kind of anything that was torn, like taken out, that was an exterior wall. Yes, re-insulated. Yeah. But if we kept the wall, like this is just the wall we did this, all the ceilings are fireproof though.
Right.
Yeah, and the ceiling, like, kind of sequencing here is fire, soundproof insulation, and then we did resilient channels. So it was like metal bars, and then we did 5 drywall.
When you say sound insulation, yeah, so that's kind of insulation that you use is sound to report kind of reduces the sound between the units, right? Yeah, yeah, got it.
Yeah. And then the nice thing with having no shared ductwork is all these holes found like zone transfer all the way upstairs. Right. And then it's we did everything in 5/8 too, just to not take any risks. Like we could have found walls that were pure interior, not separated units, tried to go with just regular drywall, but we just did the entire thing in 5/8 drywall. It just takes out all the hassle. Yeah.
So when your building inspector came through the first time, he noticed cracks, not on the side, on the outside, but above the doors, right? And every time you went down the level, the cracks were in the same spot. And that's how he
But there were actually more inside.
okay.
There were obviously there was minor cracking here too,
Yeah.
but inside there was like in front of the exact same door frame, there was like these huge little cracks all the way down.
Right. So these are things that like maybe if you're inexperienced, you might not notice, but a building inspector will.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't notice that. You wouldn't notice what was going on in the basement. The floor literally was going like this. Yeah. So we were like, hey, what's going on here? But then we realized uh there's a sinking issue, which really helped us get amazing terms. Uh,
So what you had to do here because the soil wasn't well then I guess firm enough to withstand the weight of the building, right? So you had to put helical piles. You went down as far as 28 feet. So on the Celadon.
yeah, I'll show you the worst location.
Yeah. So this was all settling down. So those are, you said 6-inch cylinders, hollow cylinders that went down. And then you tied them all up with rebar cages, right?
Yeah.
And then you poured 8 inches of concrete on top of that.
8 inch of concrete, just where there's just regular slab, but directly below the load bearing points, they're called grade beams. They're actually 12 inches. Yeah, actually no, 18 inches deep, 12 inches wide. Yeah, but yeah, the helical pile sequence was pretty crazy. You can see the cut lines. So basically, from here to right here was the section of the grade beam. So those are the most important, uh, like areas of concrete.
So the building was sinking over here. Like,
Basically, the worst spot was like right here,
yeah.
along this load bearing wall line. Okay. So what we did was at the very, very beginning, we dug out holes. Like we cut the concrete, we dug out holes, and we tried to figure out what was going on by bringing in like a geotech engineer. And it was very obvious. It was like cheap gravel, which is like organics.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty crazy. I'll never forget. In front of this window, we did a test pile. And after a weekend, when we came back, weeds were growing out of the soil. Instead of one massive water heater, we have 12 separate ones, and they're connected not only with a water line to their own meter, but also hydro line to their own meter. Okay. Yeah.
So yeah, this is all taken care of. No more settling issue.
Yeah. No more settling issues.
I'll probably never have a problem again here because of the engineering that was.
God willing, yeah. God willing, no more issues. Honestly, it was over designed like crazy. We had like 73 piles in there.
Yeah.
So that's basically your new foundation.
And you said that was about 250,000 for that structure work.
For everything though, yeah. I'm talking about removing all the concrete, the helical piles, all the engineering, the new concrete work, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, because just plowing the concrete in here was crazy. In here, this is where the boiler used to be.
So I guess your thought process was, let's get rid of the coin operating laundry. Let's put washers and dryers in every unit to get maximum rent.
Yep. I would never want to use coin laundry. I just think it's a hassle. Like, you have to, get coins. You gotta go downstairs. Hopefully, no one's using it. So we always like to put in suite laundry. But then the way we just kept thinking, brainstorming ideas as we're going along, it just made the most sense because these are all the water meters. So you can see everything's labeled. There's 12 here. Yeah, they're all registered with the city. So tenants just come in, they see their unit number, they pay their own water bill. So whatever water heaters we couldn't fit on that side, we fit in here.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the work you did out here. Obviously, brand new windows, brand new doors, and then you painted the brick, refinished it.
Yep.
And what else was it? I think he said you're redoing the balcony rails.
Yeah. So We started with the brick, so there was some rough spots in the brick, so we got a mason in here, that refinished everything, and we didn't really care for the matching. Like, they did as close as they could, but again, it's brick from the 60s. So after all the masonry was fixed, my painter came, set up all the scaffolding, sprayed everything, like primed it, okay? And then we put the finished paint on it. And it was nice because we kept all the existing windows there first, so way less work to tape everything. So we just kind of went crazy with all the spraying. And then all the black you see was siding that we kept and just refinished as well. But honestly, it was just like it's in pretty good shape. Yeah, it was pretty good. I knew after a nice paint coat, it'll clean it up. Yeah. And then all these units that you see, those are all for the heat pumps. So we redid the soffits, fascia, downspouts, all that. Yep. It was in a really, really rough shape. Um, we went into the attic and we did our inspection. Noticed that the ventilation wasn't proper there. So we got a good roofing company in here to put proper uh proper venting.
So you have shingles here.
Shingles, yeah. So the last thing that we have to do is replace all these guardrails. We kept those for ease of access into the units. This is with through the patio doors. If we have to cut them, whatever, we don't care because we're replacing them anyways. So we're gonna place those. We're gonna harge the balconies as well. Just like a finished coat of like concrete, paint it, and then you see where there's like that redness. Yeah. So we're gonna refinish all that as well, just to make it like a nice gray look, freshen up the concrete. But honestly, we got all the balconies inspected by our engineer, no issues structurally. So yeah, that's basically it over here. And then in the spring, we're gonna do a bunch of landscape. If anybody's interested in heavy construction work, they just want to get me on the phone, have projects maybe not to this scale but similar, don't have a contractor use, reach out. We all are also a licensed realtor, so if you're looking for investment properties that have a lot of work, we're kind of an all-in-one service. And yeah, we'd love to help out other investors do similar projects. You can find us on Instagram at Poladian Construction, or just search my name, Ara Poladian. You can go to our website, www.poladianconstruction.ca. You can find all my contact info, and yeah, feel free to reach out.
And if you guys appreciate the content, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel. We're going to be dropping more videos like this. And yeah, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks, George.